Well, we are now only one day away from the start of Spokane's second virtual Bloomsday. I know people from all around the world are now lacing up their shoes and getting ready for the big race. And of course, we're all still waiting to see what the T-shirt design is going to be.
Always a big deal, virtual or not,
right? Exactly.
Well, Danamarie McNicholl spoke with a local man about what inspired him to create past T-shirt designs. So let's go back in time and revisit the past. And how many of these Bloomsday T-shirts can you remember?
It's one of the most well-known traditions in our area. The reveal of the highly anticipated Bloomsday T-shirt is a moment most runners wait patiently for. This year's biggest secret is still under wraps, so let's go back in history. The year was 1977, and the first Bloomsday race was small, only 1,200 finishers. As the years went by, styles and trends changed, and so did the number of people grabbing them as they crossed the finish line. Now, 50,000 people. From the floral 70s design to the bright and bold colors of the 80s and 90s, runners still end the race in style today.
Can I even tell my wife that I was chosen as the designer? And a lot of times you have to keep it really secret.
As the T-shirt designer for many years, Steve Cooch held the coveted design close.
I can't even tell, my wife, my kids, my parents, anything. It's always been fun, especially the color of the shirts. The biggest thing, everybody tries to guess a color. You hear whatever color they're talking about. And inside you kind of giggle going, you're so wrong. Or you're so right, but you can't say anything.
So no one has ever tried to bribe you to tell?
Oh, my wife has.
The graphic designer by trade has a lot of practice at guarding the secret, dating back to 1995, when his first T-shirt was worn. Now, 26 years later, 10 designs are proudly displayed in the Bloomsday archives.
Walk me through the process of creating and designing one of these T-shirts. What's your inspiration?
You tend to get inspiration from everything. You look at runners and you see how they run, kind of tend to look at Bloomsday, the history. Spokane is an integral part, so some of the designs have featured like the Monroe Street Bridge, and the water is the runners underneath. We all try to show the diversity if we can, because it's not just the runners, it's runners and walkers and, wheelchairs, it's everybody.
When you're in Spokane, out and about, people wear these Bloomsday T-shirts all over. What is it like to see people in your designs maybe 5 or 10 years later?
It's fun just because if they're that old that they like them. When you see your own, it makes you feel good that, somebody has kept one that long and still kind of cherishes it. The days before Bloomsday, they'll go dress all the runner statues in the park with all the shirts. And that's really fun to see.
And when I asked him if we can expect a design from him this year,
I entered some designs. I can't say if mine was chosen or not.
I like it, keeping us on our toes here.
You don't just find people like me who that's what I do for a living. Everybody has that chance. And so it's kind of neat to see, the inspiration of others.
I love looking back at all those old designs because they have changed so much since those beginning designs.
Yeah, that 1971 was the Spokane JCs,
yes.
right?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I moved here in 1978, so that was the second year.
Yep.
And I remember thinking, what is this going on here? But it was just fabulous.
Yeah.
Just absolutely fabulous.
I personally am so excited about this year's design because I know that they talked a little bit about having some time to kind of think about this as a worldwide event. And so I'm hoping that that's kind of reflected in this year's design, which we've never had.
Right.
So I'm really excited to see what they end up with this year.
Okay, well, we'll find out, won't we?
Yes, very